Happy June! We are just about halfway through the year 2024, and as I saw on Instagram, today we are 17 Fridays away from fall. So excited. I love fall. It's my favorite season, if you can't tell. Welcome to my channel. I am Amy and I love to talk about all things beauty and beyond. And so if you love project planning content and just kind of talking about makeup and beauty and maybe saving some money here and there, I would love for you to consider subscribing before you leave today and like this video if you like makeup just like me. Today I'm going to update you on my modified Pan That palette, and I will have the video linked and the playlist linked, so that will kind of tell you about like how it's modified and why I modified it. This year I am working on Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina. She's a classic OG palette that you sadly cannot get anymore, and I wanted to get lots of love from it while still staying motivated to use it and my other eyeshadows. So I have focused mostly on one shade during this past month. I didn't use many of the other shades within the palette. So let's go ahead and update you on that, and then we'll talk about how I was able to get to reach my 10 use goal on Celestial. So Celestial is a beautiful purple glitter shade that's within this palette. It has flecks of blue and gold in there, and it's really, really beautiful. But because it's such a bold statement color, I set a 10 use goal on that. And I can definitely tell some wear and tear from my finger. Let's kind of just quickly run through some of the other shades that I have already kind of focused on for this year. We had Summer, and I was able to hit Pan in Summer. Wild Child, I had a 10 use goal on that during the month, and I reached that. I think that was April's focus shade. I have not had Rose Gold yet as a focus shade. Celestial was my 10 use goal for May, and I hit that. This Dazzling was a 20 use goal, and I was able to hit Pan in that. And also Drama. I had a 20 use goal in Drama, but during that month I did not make that goal, but I have since reached that goal, and I did hit Pan in that shade during the month I was focusing on it, but I did not do that in 20 uses. It was something like 15 or something like that, but I have continued to use it as an eyeliner here and there, and I finally reached 20 use goals. So on all of the shades that I have focused on, I have reached my goal. Now, if you will notice, I was pointing all the way up to the top, and that's just kind of how the randomization has gone for me this year. I randomized numbers 1 to 12 because I'm not choosing these two shades to have as focus shades. So 1 through 12, and I have gotten a shimmer every single time. But today, I'm going to tell you it's one of the mattes, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But let's go through some of my favorite looks that I was able to create using Celestial in combination with a lot of my other palettes. I like to share my looks over on Instagram, and I am at Amy Pans if you would love to go follow me over there to see some daily looks and other just kind of quick chats about makeup. I have those over there on Instagram, and I'm having a lot of fun this year getting to know people and kind of creating a tighter knit community of people over on Instagram. So those were some of my looks, but my two favorite looks come from when I used Celestial with one of the cheapest palette that I own, which was Peachy Nudes from the Dollar Tree. And I felt like the purple from Celestial really helped to create this warm but kind of peachy toned vibe, because I think when I think of peaches, I think of orange, but there is a sort of a slight purpleness to it. And also my second favorite look came from when I used Celestial with my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, which has purples in it, but not a purple like Celestial. So my look that I created with that one, I really leaned into the purpleness from Sweet Peach and the greens and created a different kind of green inner corner pop, and I really loved that look. So even though it was difficult for me to use this 10 times, I still enjoyed every look that I created with that. And accompanying it with some other things that I own was really a lot of fun. So now let's think about, what am I going to use for the month of June, and what am I going to focus on for the month of June? Now, keeping in mind also that I have a plan. I have purchased 4 new eyeshadow palettes this year, and those I will be talking about in another video. Keeping in mind that I kind of want to do like a 1 week, 1 palette kind of, or just not really just like solely using that palette, but mostly using that palette. I want to take these 4 new eyeshadow palettes and make sure that they're getting love too, because I'm doing a really good job of using the eyeshadow palettes that I already own, and I don't want to neglect the new ones. So keeping in mind that I have 4 palettes that I really want to take the month of June to give some love and use up. And so the shade that I randomized was Passion, which is this sort of like mauve brown tone, which will go really nicely with actually probably every palette that I have. In some way, I'm going to be able to use Passion in some way with each of those. I'm very excited about using that, and I am going to set a 15 use goal for Passion. Also keeping in mind that this next week is my last week of work. I'm not going to be wearing makeup quite as often as I normally do, so I am going to allow myself some time to kind of, you know, breathe and go about my life without having makeup on. So I'm going to set a 15 use goal for the month of June for Passion. And it'd be so fun if I was able to hit pan, because I could totally see myself using that as a liner. We'll see how I end up actually using it. So that is my update. I was able to reach my goal on Celestial. I'm going to set a 15 use goal on Passion, and I'm excited to share my new eyeshadow palettes with you. If you are interested in other project panning content, I would love for you to watch this video, which will hopefully give you some more inspiration to love what you already own. I will see you in another video. Bye!